Hey folks, Steve Butler here. Welcome to an episode extra. In season 3, episode 1, I made this modern room divider. Now this is just made out of pine. You can build it out of any material you want. I've had a lot of people ask me about why I use the lap joint instead of a mortise and tenon joint to join the stiles and the rails. Well, this is a room divider. It's basically just standing here. So there's not a lot of tension or structural, you're not pulling on this like you would a door on a kitchen cabinet. Now, if I was building one of those, I would probably use a through mortise and tenon. But for a room divider, a lap joint is just perfectly fine. Now, here is an example. I have my lap joint. Now, the beauty of the lap joint is when you cut the cheeks, you create the perfect gluing scenario. This is what you're striving for. This is a long grain to long grain glue connection. That's the best you want. Now, the shoulder is end grain. That's not a good glue joint, end grain. What the shoulder does, it stops this from going down, moving downward. Now, there isn't anything holding it in place like a mortise and tenon. This would hit the shoulder of the mortise and tenon. And with a lap joint, you can easily probably pull that up. Again, this is a room divider. It's just sitting in place. That is not going to happen. But to stop that from happening, what I did is, in this case, I used some brad nails to act as pegs. What I did, you can see here, I used a 1/4-inch drill bit, and I drilled holes in both pieces right through. And I added 1/4-inch dowels. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to throw a little glue on here. And again, this is just for demonstration. This is the best scenario glue joint you want. This is long grain to long grain. Put some on here, put a little on the shoulder. You don't want a lot because you're going to have to clean it up. All right, that's good for the demo. Now, that's what I did for the room divider. And then I shot some brads in. But in this case, we're going to add some dowels. Okay, and you can trim them off and sand them flush later on. You could use contrasting wood if you want. You want to use some cherry dowels or mahogany. So there you have it. That stops the joint, once dry, from pulling upward and locks that in place. There you go. A pegged lap joint, face grain, long grain to long grain, pardon me. And that's how I joined the stiles and rails of the room divider together. All right, I hope you come back and see me here in the garage.